Go get your popcorn, turn off the lights, and get ready to be scared out of your wits. First uploaded back in June of 2016, this strange CCTV footage has baffled the minds of millions the world over. The footage shows a strange creature, moving in also a very strange way. Due to its resemblance to a beloved Harry Potter character, the video has since been dubbed the Dobby video. According to the video's uploader and homeowner, Vivian Gomez, she woke up one morning and saw this strange footage in her camera, and has been trying to find out what it was ever since. Many have suggested that it was a kid wearing underwear on his head and acting just all goofy. In fact, Vivian has a son named Bobby who was as tall and as thin as the creature. However, when he was interviewed by a local news crew, Bobby denied being the creature and said he was with his mother when the video was captured, an alibi which his mom did confirm. Whether she's lying or not, we might never find out what this creature actually is. The Hernandez family loves looking at CCTV footage taken from the many security cameras scattered throughout their New Mexico home. I know that's kind of a strange hobby and a setup for a paranormal activity movie, but hey, to each their own. Either way though, they were watching the live feed while eating dinner one night when something strange in one of the live feeds caught their attention. The feed came from a camera which was filming the parking lot right in front of their house. In the footage, you can clearly see what looks like a man walking from left to right. Man in the sense that it resembles the form of a man, but is also very, very translucent. Of course, though, the family was puzzled by what they caught on video, but couldn't really explain what happened. It said that it could be a spirit of a man who died in the house just next to the Hernandez's home. Unless other possible explanations pop up, it seems that the family will have to live with the knowledge of getting a visit from an uninvited dinner guest anytime. Garden City police were having quite a slow night when a call came in about someone driving recklessly on their streets. A cop car was dispatched to the location, and what ensued was a pretty exciting high-speed chase. Except this wasn't your typical high-speed chase, as you're soon going to see. During the chase, the pursued car made a hard left turn and seemingly drove straight through a chain-link fence. Nothing strange there. Desperate people trying to escape the police have been known to do similar things. However, what is strange here is the fact that the fence remained intact right after the car drove through it. The chase, of course, came to a halt right then and there, with the police officers absolutely puzzled as to what actually happened. Many have tried to debunk the video, and some actually came up with plausible explanations, the best one stating that the fence fasteners at the bottom gave way, allowing for the car to slip under the fence without destroying the entire thing. However, if that's the case, why did the fence remain motionless? Well, there's really only one way to find out what actually happened, and that's to check the fence right after the incident. If somebody had done that, nobody bothered to make the results public, thus leaving this ghostly mystery something for us to ponder for a long time.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, look, one of these are haunted.
Antique stores are inherently creepy places to be in, and believe me, because I've been inside many of them. It has something to do with the fact that all the items there are so old and belong to someone long dead. And for believers in the paranormal, keeping a bunch of old stuff grouped together is a surefire way to get hauntings, and they point to videos like this as solid proof of that. This here's CCTV footage was taken from the Barnsley Antique Centre in England. It's actually a pretty popular store and is notorious for also being haunted. They have their own YouTube channel where they upload supposed paranormal activity in the store. And really, this is just one of those videos. In this clip, you can see an antique rocking horse, or in this case, a rocking deer that they call Bambi. As you can see in this video, Bambi is perched on top of an antique chest. The weird thing here is that Bambi starts to move, only slightly at first, but then intensifies up to a point that Bambi falls on the floor. Store employees found Bambi lying on the floor the next day, which prompted them to look at the previous night's CCTV footage, thus finding out what actually happened. Could this be the work of a poltergeist attached to the old toy? Yeah, probably, honestly. Thanks to the advent of doorbell cameras, lovers of creepy, spooky, and strange footage have a lot to binge on nowadays, and this is only one of them. Uploaded to Reddit by user Fat and Depressed a few years ago, this photo shows a man wearing a creepy mask right at the user's door, purge style. The photo was accompanied by a caption, "Got a notification from my smartphone in the middle of the night saying, 'Your doorbell detected a visitor.'" Many commenters quickly jumped to the conclusion that the whole thing was obvious and staged. That was until the original poster uploaded more photos which showed that this wasn't a one-off deal, but rather an occurrence that is disturbingly regular. Would you open your door to someone like this who comes a knocking in the middle of the night? Probably not. Unless you're packing, of course. In 2014, German citizen Lars Matank went to Bulgaria for a much-needed vacation. He and a few of his friends stayed in the country for a little over a week, but a few days before going home, Lars got into an altercation with a few locals, leaving him with a ruptured eardrum. The injury was actually severe enough for him to decide to postpone his own flight home and stay a few more days alone in Bulgaria, which in hindsight is probably the worst decision he made in his life. Because you see, Lars didn't make it home to Germany. He didn't make it home to Germany, and has seemed to just disappear from the face of the earth. The last anybody has seen of him was in CCTV footage of the airport. He's seen acting very strangely, as reported by airport employees at the time. At first, you can see him entering the airport with his bags, which does look normal enough, but his demeanor suddenly changed when he went to see the airport doctor. While in the clinic, people reported that he started acting weird, and the footage showed him running from the airport, leaving all of his belongings behind. He was never to be seen again, and he's still missing to this very day, and is even considered to be the most famous missing person on YouTube. I'll be honest, that's not a distinction I'd like to have. Although details about this video are sketchy at most, from what I've gathered, this was recorded back in 2015. And honestly, whether this video is fake or not, it's one of the weirdest videos I've ever seen in my entire life. The story goes that this was filmed in Russia, and the video shows two uniformed men, presumably Russian soldiers. The two men are standing around and looks as though they're guarding something. A few seconds into the video, what appears to be an unidentified creature suddenly grabs one man and attempts to drag him into the water. Upon seeing what was happening, the second man quickly rushes to help his friend, but was unable to, so he opts to run into the base instead. The first man is then dragged completely off screen when the second man reappears, talking on the phone while frantically searching for his friend. He then spots something coming towards him, and he quickly retreats to the base for safety. Seconds later, something large flies through the base door. Whether it was the first man or the unknown creature, we can't be totally sure. A few seconds pass, and we see a tall figure emerging from the base door, wearing a long, dark robe. This video is honestly just filled to the brim with mystery, and this man only adds to it. What could be strong enough to drag a full-grown man into the water and then possibly chuck him back at his friend? Who was the cloaked figure? Well, let us know what you think down below in the comments. Either way, Russia's crazy. Now it's time for the day's best pick. Uploaded on the YouTube channel Haunted Horunia, this piece of thermal footage was taken when paranormal investigators were at the Discovery Arbor. In the footage, we see a strange humanoid figure walking across a room. The investigators didn't see the figure with their own eyes, but the thermal camera captured it and it showed something with a heat signature moving across the room that they were in. I personally thought that ghosts would come out as cold spots and thermal, but paranormal experts say it could be the other way around. Either way, did this group of paranormal investigators just do what ghost hunters couldn't? Possibly, it's always sketchy to say. To finish this list off, here's a video that's more than 3 decades old, remains unexplained, and is still the most famous incident of a live broadcast intrusion in history. First, a bit of background. Max Headroom is a fictional AI character that was introduced back in 1984 and was touted to be the world's first computer-generated TV host. He was the star of his own TV show called The Max Headroom Show, which was a British music video program. But in 1987, during an episode of Doctor Who, the TV signal was suddenly interrupted, and what popped up was a man wearing a Max Headroom mask, laughing and speaking unintelligibly on camera. He was waving his arms around, sometimes even pointing to the camera, all the while laughing and speaking about random things. If that wasn't weird enough, the video ended with Max bending over and someone whipping him on his, Okay, I'm gonna be adult about this. Whipped him on the butt. Okay, I'll be somewhat adult about this because I can't curse. To this day, no one surfaced to claim responsibility for the event. No one's been caught either, making it truly one of the most mysterious events of our time and honestly kinda weird. Do you know of any other mysterious videos you want us to take a look at? Let us know down in the comments below. Also make sure to check out the channel's other amazing content. As always, thank you all for watching and I'll see you all next time. Later everybody!